fastest have the most limited effect of performance. We are currently restarting the Vodgas map. Do you want to open this one?
I will gladly open this one. Here we go, about to get underway. One Pump versus Rampage on Vosh, opening game of the Fall Draft Tournament. We will see in just 10 seconds what One Pump's going to do on the opening attack. They have it starting on Taunt, Rampage starting Central Powers. Here we go. Already off the gate, we can see that One Pump is opting pretty much send everybody right. That's a very standard opening, but notably we see from One Pump, 2 players are rotating towards middle, maybe looking to do a split attack. This is a pretty standard opening, I'd say. Rampage responding appropriately. They have most of their team on the far left, sending 1 player to the hill, and 1 player on middle with 1 guy watching the right side. So everything is covered for them.
I believe that the Central Powers are defending the right-hand side for the Antani perfectly, actually. Most kills already going through for Rampage. 4 kills right there, so the first attack phase is diffused a little bit. They have to wait for more reinforcements.
Yes, and Entropy playing this hill position. It's a very powerful position. You can pretty much see absolutely everything. Very easy for you to pivot back and forth. Watch the right side, watch middle, watch the left side. So,
and when he can call out everyone who he sees, he can call it out.
And One Pump just kind of yeeting into that right side figure. No fear whatsoever. Mondo leader in the trench takes 1 down. Gonna push into this far right position. He now has control of it. So One Pump does gain entry into the trench.
This is actually huge. This is hard to do, especially because everyone of Rampage was there already. But they need to kill Entropy and Ulti right there on the hillside and in the fallen tree in order to fully capture the right-hand side for the Antani.
So they have to be very careful as Lita and Ulti are encroaching on their position here. I think they might have taken them all down. Looks like they did. And it looks like One Pump, however, they are taken down from this other side, but they are trying to make a push on the other end, which is very lightly defended. I think only 1 player for One Pump is here right now.
You can see a few players of Rampage actually looking at the left-hand side, so they have been called out, but and this means that the Antani side has to wait for a few reinforcements now on the far left side, but everyone of Rampage is looking to the far left.
And this is a very difficult position to push out of. And again, notably Entropy, 8-1 already. He's having a great start. He's been playing this hill position. This is really a huge issue for One Pump. You know, without controlling that hill position or taking at least the guys down on the hill, I mean, that's extremely powerful. Mono Leader was in the trench, but does get taken down. Tom Grump was able to make it into the other end at least. So, One Pump, they're in a bit of a precarious position, but they might be able to fight their way out of it.
The split push is actually working tremendously. Entropy has to focus on either the left or the right. Of course, he can only be at 1 point at the same time, and that means that they are now able to run into the far right-hand side in the finger again, because Ulti died, and Entropy had to focus on the far left side for the Antani.
And this is where things can get a little bit precarious for Rampage in this situation. You've got to be careful not to overextend. Yeah.
They're now in both sides. Ulti actually getting a nice snap kill from behind, but they are still on the far right side for the Germans, and it's going to be interesting how One Pump is going to use this advantage in the foothold.
Emperor going to start pushing. Gets taken down, unfortunately. Nice kill by Spug. However, Trey's coming in from Mondo Leader and Luke House as One Pump looks to establish a firm foothold. And actually, if we take a look, One Pump has spawns on the hill. Look at Tom Grump.
Very well done by them. This is a very important position in this on this map, and you can see them easily, well, get a few spawns in here, and maybe even retake take this trench from them. But a huge kill by an airplane bomb by Sinai on Sheena. That's actually very huge because he could have killed the CP trying to defend the hillside there. So a luck for Rampage right there, but it looks like they're still losing this trench.
Yeah, Mono Leader's going to walk his way up to the hill, but he's going to walk into a hurricane. There's at least 4 players up there for Rampage, basically, half their team is there.
Ulti gets taken down in the mid. As you can see, One Pump actually trying to move again for the very important hillside. Sinai luckily kills 3 people right there in very quick succession, saving the hillside from falling.
Great work from Sinning. Mando's going to make a push on towards the hill. I don't think he saw the player to his right. He didn't. He hears him. Does get taken down, however. Getting out of ammo, gets taken down by Lukehouse. Lukehouse gets 2 kills. Freak, or 2 kills. Trying to find the third. It's taken.
But he gets taken down by Mr. Bob. Yeah, exactly.
But as we say this, One Pump is taking the trench.
Bob is stabbing everyone, and Rampage is actually getting 4 or 5 quick kills. So this might actually be the beginning of the retake of this trench.
One Pump got the camp, but just like that, Rampage pretty much already controls the entirety of the trench. And One Pump have no good positions. It's just Emperor left, and just like that, the cap will come in.
Ulti's on the far left-hand side for the CP, and he can see everyone going in mid and right, but he falls down, and he sees One Pump actually spawning a few people in the right again. So they're doing, again, a split push, which is very effective against the defense of Rampage right here.
Yes, and just a quick look at the scoreboard here. As we can see, it is Ulti and Entropy leading the way. Bob also playing quite well for them. It's a couple nice kills, as I say that. 3 nice kills for Bob. And for One Pump, it is Emperor and Monoliter at the top right now. Lukehouse also having a nice start to the game. Entropy, really impressive start from him.
I'm struggling to keep up with all the kills, but it looks like most of the kills are going towards Rampage right here, and they... But Rampage is losing the far right for the Central Powers, as every one of the One Pump is spawning into the far right side for the Central Powers. And they have the hole, so this is going to be very, very dangerous. As the trench already skipped from side to side twice before I noticed, actually.
Yeah, I mean, this is extremely fast-paced right now. It's difficult for me to keep up.
But very interesting to see that Rampage, it was reset completely. They all had to spawn in their own HQ, but they were successfully able to get their left side back, which is very important. Bob actually trying to clear the mid section of this trench, but he gets taken down by Frosty in a trade kill.
Yeah, and Ulti has gained entry into this his far left side, this finger position, so he's going to look to hold that for his team, maybe get some spawns in. I don't know if One Pump is really aware of the fact that Rampage has 4 players, 5 players, really a lot of players on the side, and they're pushing mid very fast.
Ulti can see again that a lot of people are spawning far right and mid for Central Powers, and all the kills right now are going for Rampage. So this is very good news for Rampage in order to retake this trench. But they need to hold off this wave of attacks. And it looks like lots of kills are going towards Entropy and Rampage. Ulti killing the last few guys, making it so that it's going to be capped very quickly by Central Powers right now.
The cap should come in for Rampage, and it will. Nice play there by Rampage. He can control that finger, establish that recap.
I think it's a mistake that everyone of Rampage is actually on the hillside right now. They make it so easy to get into the far left for the Central Powers that they gave away, basically free the foothold on the left side. Are there actually players of the Otani on the left side?
We do have really One Pump is isolated to this finger position right now. They don't have anyone on the opposite end, which is very important for Rampage to make this trench a lot easier to hold. Yeah, it is interesting to see the hill position. Rampage plays very strongly from the hill position, but they do seem to give up their flanks on the far left and far right sides a little easily, which allows One Pump to get in, clear them out, but then they're able to establish control of the trench and retake it both times now so far.
Well, with success indeed, because, well, if you take a full control of the hillside, you focus on these long shots, and you can see Entropy and Spook actually doing great jobs, killing them from afar. Entropy has had 7 kills when we were looking at him, and he finally gets taken down by Mendo. Maybe that improves their chances in order to get into the trench.
Now Sheena's gonna try to make a push, gets taken down by Ulti. Nice shot by Ulti across the map, get that kill. And again, the crossfires are very strong. Looks like Tom's going to try to make a push from this connector onto the hill. Can't quite find anybody yet.
I felt like everyone there was shooting on Mr. Emperor from the hillside as we were looking at over Frosty's shoulder to clear the hillside right now.
Hero's gonna try to defend the hill. Actually being pushed off the hill. This is quite the gunfight going on right now.
Okay, every kill counts right now. Because Central Powers are capturing we're capturing the trench back, but okay. The Central Powers are defending the trench, of course, and in 50 seconds they have to clear the foothold of the Ansari. So you can expect them clumping up and getting all their soldiers together in order to make one big push. I think from hillside in order to get all the Ansari out at in 30 seconds exactly. So if the Central Powers are smart, they're going to wait a little bit before they start attacking again.
And as the clock winds down, the pressure is going to really shift to One Pump, who really not in a strong position right now. Only 2 players in the trench, so it's going to be very difficult for them to hold. And the other squad doesn't spawn, so it's going to be on these few players they have in the trench that are still alive to hold this foothold, which I think is going to be a very difficult task. But if they can hold, it is a good opportunity for One Pump to get players on the opposite end, as we see them trying to do right now. I'm also not sure about the play coming in. I don't know who it is pushing for One Pump. One of their players pushing out into the no man's land. But they still have 4 guys left. I'm also a little bit concerned about Rampage possibly hesitating here. Maybe playing a little bit too slow.
They need to push in. Asana is killing a lot of people here from hill, but they are giving too much room in order, and that means they can spawn in each other. So One Pump actually has a full spawn in.
The caps coming in. Really, probably a little bit of hesitation from One Pump, which is allowed, or hesitation for Rampage, which is allowing One Pump to keep this foothold and actually commence a cap. The recap is coming in for Rampage, however, but still, I would have liked to have seen Rampage push a little more aggressively there. Probably clear that foothold out.
I'm trying to find anyone still alive from Rampage. It's bad news from Rampage, actually, because they need to clear this foothold right now before they lose this trench. And if they do, they'll have to start all over again. And all the progression they made in the last few kills, they will lose. Let's see if Lina can change anything. He misses a guy on the far left, but luckily he doesn't get spotted as well. Do you know how many people are still left for the Ansari in this trench?
One player. I think he is getting it down. Just seconds away for One Pump getting more players in, but Rampage able to defend successfully.
So everyone who is of the Ansari who is still clear, still in this trench, is currently deserting, trying to get as many kills to make sure the attack of Rampage on the Ansari side trench is as slow as possible in order to gain the correct positions and stall time in order to defend. But that was actually a very, very close defense. I felt like they were going to Rampage was going to lose that trench again, and they had to start all over. But in the end, they were a little bit lucky, I feel like, in order to actually defend this trench. But now they are able to start attacking.
Yes. And there is still 12 minutes left in this game, so lots of time for either Rampage to get a cap and win this game. And as I say, that Bob pushing through One Pump's trench very aggressively. So lots of time for Rampage to get a cap, or for One Pump to reestablish and try to take the attack initiative back. But again, you can see Rampage, they're pushing very aggressively. They have control of Finger and the far right side. One Pump kind of on their back foot right now.
They're capturing quickly.
Deal with this.
They are. I believe that the 1 or 2 squads are completely in already, and they're capturing really, really quickly this trench. So this is going to be. This is one of those counterattacks, really good counterattacks by Rampage.
One Pump just gets in the nick of time to block. I don't know if it's going to be enough. The cap is basically full right now.
I believe it's on 99.9%, but they still lose it.
Just comes in when the spawns came in.
Emperor ran out of the trench, and that's why they lost it, I guess. But now we're looking for Rampage to take defensive positions in order to take this trench, withhold it from falling to the Ansari sides. It's very, very precarious for One Pump right now, as they are on the last trench now. But they are in on the far right, as we're looking over.
This is definitely a more difficult recap for One Pump. And Rampage, they're playing super well right now. Everyone on Rampage seeming to have a good game. One Pump just can't seem to get it together right now.
One Pump is giving away most of the vital parts of this trench already. The middle section and the right side, I think it got overwhelmed in the first attack, and now they need to capture at least the middle section of this trench. Otherwise, I feel like they're lost.
Nice kills coming in there from Tom and Monoliter to initiate a cap as the players spawn in. So Rampage is low on players right now, but they do have good map control, which will allow them to get their spawns to come back in. Hopefully stop this cap for One Pump. Ulti playing the finger right now. He's going to be in a strong position. Now One Pump held for the cap, but they should have known it wasn't. It's going to be close. I don't think it's going to. I don't know if Rampage spawns are going to come in time. It's going to be very tight.
Oh, this is really tight. They were all in time. That was a ridiculous quick capture. So what they need to do now is that Rampage can't lose any people in the trench. And if they do, they lose it.
Questionable. I'm not sure about the decision there from Lita and Sitting to push. Those players pushed and then got killed, which allowed the cap for One Pump to come in. But as I say that, Rampage just gets a flurry of kills and initiates a fast cap right back.
We're looking at Tom Grump trying to regain control of mid, and let's see if he can change this tide.
We have several players from One Pump pushing, but I think RN Rampage is aware of this possible flank. I'm not really sure.
Oh,
again, this is just really questionable decisions from One Pump right now. They wanted to go for the flank, but then they didn't go for it, and then they just sort of died. It was very strange.
I feel like they got completely reset right now. Oh no, they're in the far right for the Antali side, so this is good. They still have a chance to regain this trench. It still can go either way. This is ridiculously close, as I'm struggling to find anyone who's staying alive more than 10 seconds. Everyone has very nice defensive positions. Main fight going on in the middle section of the trench.
OT and Entropy are anchoring this far right side for Rampage to ensure the spawns continue to come in. But also notably, very interesting right now, Rampage is also on the other end of the trench. So One Pump's kind of stuck in middle with players on both sides of them. As Cynic will get spawns on the opposite end.
Oh!
Gonna try to deal with it. Gets one kill, but nothing else for him, so... Cap does come in for One Pump though. Good stuff, but they are kind of in a pinch right now as players on both sides. Looks like Ulti or Spug is holding on one end and Pure on the other. Spawns do come in for Rampage.
So Central Powers are still in far left and far right, and they're looking to make way towards the middle again from two sides. We're following Ulti.
I think the other notable thing as well here is, even if you are Rampage, you know, even if you don't win this half, you gotta feel good, because this is definitely a lot easier to win as a taunt than it is as CP, so this is a really great start for Rampage. Keeping this match close, or, you know, pushing One Pump to the edge on their CP side.
Ulti actually getting two very quick kills in the middle part, and which is very necessary in this middle part. If you can get a few more kills in this section, I think they're safe for a minute more, which is very important. Are they looking to take this trench or defending it? They need to take it. They need to capture this trench. Middle part falls, Ulti dies.
Ulti does go down, but I believe, yeah, Spug is still anchoring this other end. I don't know if One Pump's really aware of the fact that he's over here. But the only bad news for Spug is he hasn't been able to get spawns. Yeah, One Pump is definitely not aware of the fact that Spug is in this other end.
He can spawn all three of his cross squad mates here.
Four, yeah, he spawns his whole squad in. And again, One Pump is not aware of that. So they're not going to anticipate this push coming in. They have a player rotating who he might be aware. Lukaus gets a nice kill on the Bob, but he's going to run into, well, more than Bob. He actually takes one more player down, which is very important, but still. Spug with a nice spot there to get spawns for his squad, very important. Bruce pushing, gets taken down by Ulti, a cheeky stab there. Trades do come in, and now One Pump is aware of the push. Maybe not accepting a player to be prone there. Bob kind of basically running past Mando. Bob's pushing middle, Mando's pushing the other end. Bob gets taken down, Mando gets a nice kill on the Entropy, but the spawns do still come in for Rampage, so they still hold this far left position.
It's ridiculous to see how Rampage are still in this trench, because I feel like each and every time they push the middle part, they get completely destroyed. But they do have some coordination right here, calling out where everyone is, and well, methodically making way towards the middle part. But the same thing for One Pump. This is just two very, very good, skilled and experienced teams going head to head right here.
Yeah, definitely. And One Pump does have to be careful, because if they over-rotate, if they get too fixated on one side, they do risk the other side being pushed. But as I say, that Rampage, they're gaining control. They're pushing towards middle. They're getting the frags, and One Pump's kind of back on the defensive here. Monometer's in the finger. He's going to try to do something about it, but he can't because he gets taken down by Pierrot.
Pierrot dies before I can watch him. Let's follow Tom Grump. One Pump is retaking this trench right now, and this is very important. If they need to kill everyone from the Central Powers right now to clear the foothold, and then it's their turn again to attack. So it's very important that Spook doesn't die and keeps spawning in everyone.
Monoliter, he's going to try to go for some flanks on this opposite end. He does take one player down. Can't hit the second shot and gets traded by Spug again. Spug just holding this position. Very smart play from him. Really has been the anchor on this far left spawn. And yeah, as you said, Trace, for One Pump right now, they're gonna have to clear this foothold rather quickly if they want to have a shot at attacking again. But for Rampage, I think they're more than happy to just keep doing this and run the clock down and take the tie, or possibly even get the cap. As if One Pump overextends and a lot of their players go down and possible pushes to retake, that might be a cap. And we can see the cap is coming for Rampage, over halfway already.
So it takes one slip up from One Pump now to lose this trench. If they lose one squad in this attack right here, they're going to lose this trench. Luckily, the first two kills go in the way of One Pump, so
we can see Tom is doing similar play to what Monoliter was doing. He's trying to go for the flank, but it doesn't matter because the cap does come in for Rampage.
This is huge, actually.
I've seen a lot of this from One Pump in this match. They're going for flanks on the outside of the trench, but they seem to they're doing it every time they're on the verge of being capped, which I do think is a very questionable play indeed. Obviously, when you're on the verge of being capped and you send your players outside the trench, well, that doesn't help the situation at all.
Well, it's a very vital capture right now, because there's only 3 minutes more in this match. So even if they lose this trench right now, it is still even. So Rampage is now fighting for the win, and One Pump is fighting for just a draw.
And no matter what One Pump does, they will not be able to win this match. Obviously, with only 3 minutes left, all they can do is try to retake and come out with a tie. This game has really been all Rampage, though. Ulti and Entropy having incredible games, 57 and 45 kills respectively, and Ulti going for the jump shots. Does get taken down eventually, but I think he got 2 of them.
He got 2 of them. That's ridiculous to see. That's a clip right there. But Spook still being the spawn anchor. It's very nice to see that they always keep somebody behind, so that Ulti and Entropy just can be as aggressive as they want. A very, very good squad-based play right here. I like that very much.
A couple of nice kills from Emperor there. Rampage, it's a dead heat right now. It's 6-6, 5-5. But again, it's very easy for Rampage. They've shown they're very effective at holding this one end of the trench. So if they can just maybe play defensively in this end, I don't know if there's anything One Pump's going to be able to do about it. And time is running down very quickly for One Pump. Tom Grump's going to go for the flank, but I can only assume that Rampage is aware of his presence here. Takes down one. He's going to have a decent position to play from here as he faces more players. He does get the second kill on the Cynic.
It is very cool to see how fast Rampage communicates with each other, because one gets called out and everyone watches instantly to the biggest threat, which is the outside threat. Just as you said, Tom Grump trying to get the outside flank constantly, but he gets called out, gets spotted probably by Spook, and gets taken down because he's spotted right there. In that flank, especially on the right side for the Central Powers, you need the element of surprise. But One Pump has 30 seconds in order to regain this trench, and if they don't, they just lose this map right here.
Yeah, and with only a minute left on the clock, I don't think One Pump's going to be able to do it. Rampage Rampage's defense is too strong. The kills didn't come in from one pump when they needed to.
This is a huge airplane bump by Tom Grump, though. A double airplane bump in the middle section, and this could actually be the thing they needed. As most of the Rampage people are still not spawned. 3 people are yet to spawn in. So if they can do it, they need to do it right now.
I mean, the cap is... there is still some time. It is possible. It's unlikely, but I've seen crazier things. Cap still coming in 30 seconds on the clock. Every single player for one pump is here, but they're going to run into the full spawn of Rampage. And Rampage
Ulti actually getting...
Rampage.
Oof, sorry, Ulti actually getting 2, Piero getting the last one, so this is actually not even, it's not catapult anymore for one pump. But that was that was a chance. That was one final chance. I feel like one pump had to regain this trench.
One pump did have a chance there in the last second, but the spawns came in for Rampage and they were able to neutralize the attack. So dangerous situation for Rampage, but good defense there to shut it down, and it is going to be Rampage taking the first half 5-4.
5-4. Oh. What an intense match. I feel like that if this match went for longer, for 15 seconds, I feel like they could have recaptured it. I feel like they could have recaptured it and then make it a draw.
Yeah,
but,
that push at the last second was very close indeed. If the kills went the way of one pump, that would have been a recap for sure. But the kills went the way for Rampage, able to hold the line there.
And they got defused. That last little attack got defused. But the moment those 2 kills from the airplane bomb came in, I feel like they should have been even more aggressive. Just instantly, everyone W forward towards the other side of the trench and try and utilize the 2-man advantage they had at that point. Just for clarification, this is not live, right? This is a warm up for the other side.
Not live. No.
Okay.
I do not believe so.
As Phantom is saying, one pump should have put 1 extra pump in. It's funny. But that was an intense match. That's a very... I'm looking forward to the second half of this, but this was this could have been a finale already. Very intense start to this VCL drafting tournament. Fall drafting tournament, I have to say. And I feel like exactly what we imagined actually happened as well. Ulti, Emperor, Tom Grump, Sinai. Well, actually everyone here just stepping up and getting all the kills and making a show for us.
Yeah, I mean, the big names were performing, but definitely, I think Entropy notably, maybe not the biggest name, but he had a really good game. Really solid start when he was playing that hill position. He was leading the way for a while for his team before Ulti eventually took over, but still, great game from Entropy. Not the biggest name, maybe not the name you expect, but he is definitely a big factor for this Rampage team right now.
Wasn't just a curious question? Wasn't Entropy formerly known as SpongeBob? Isn't that the same guy?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Not that I know of.
Okay, just putting it out there. It was interesting to see, and I feel like there was a very big chance actually for One Pump to win this the trench when they were attacking. As Rampage didn't seem to actually successfully get them out when they kept doing the successful split push. Go on.
One Pump was, they were up several times. They had the cap on the first line, but they were never able to hold it. And it was very interesting. It looked like One Pump was going to be able to get another cap as Rampage kind of hesitated on the retake, but then they were just able to bring it back ever so slightly. And from there on out, it was all Rampage on their attack, their initial attack onto One Pump's trench. They were very aggressive, very fast, and just anchoring that far left side. They kept anchoring on that far left side, and One Pump was never really able to do anything about it. Even on that last 50-second push they had there, again, it was Rampage on that side where they were able to defend from very strong position. So
Yeah, I really like the successful squad play by Sporgo and Ulti and Entropy. Just Ulti and Entropy just went, and they were so successful in their very aggressive attacks, always killing 1 or 2 people, that Spook was always easily able to get the rest of the kills, right? Everyone who was threatening him from outside, he called out, and everyone from No Man's Land was able to get taken down by Spook itself. So, because of the aggression by Ulti and Entropy, the people got, well, pushed away far enough for an uncomfortable respawn. A very good respawn anchor there by Sporgo and his squad. Very, very well done.
I mean, I think that's one of the highlights of that match there. When Spug was altering, when Spug was holding that far left side, again, it was interesting because One Pump didn't know he was there. And then he got the spawns, and from there on out, they were able to push. I'm intrigued why One Pump wasn't aware, but that was a really great play from Spug. But nevertheless, the second half is starting now.
This is the second half between One Pump and Rampage, as the Antonians are attacking the Central Power Trench right now. Everyone is going to the far right side. There's no split push going on in this attack, is it? I don't believe it is. Ulti going to his favorite spot, always the big rocks, trying to, well, utilize the cross shots from the middle part to the far left, and those cross shots are very, very important for the Central Powers on the far left side to keep, and Ulti just with 2 quick shots.
Talk about no split push, but we do actually see Cynic and one other player are now pushing the opposite end. And this is kind of cheeky. I don't know if One Pump's going to expect this, because they didn't see anybody. It looks like they are rotating one player over. I do think the Hill players have seen it. So that will not go unnoticed, but still a possibly dangerous situation as Sinig and one other player look to push. And as that happens, Spug and several other players from Rampage have gained entry into the finger. Lita also made his way into the other end, so Rampage is in on both flanks right now. I don't know if
it's exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing in portraying with the one pop defense and the Rampage defense in the last half, getting attacked by both flanks right there. Very interesting. But the difference here is Ulti actually going for the big rocks, defusing the far left side for the Ontani's attack.
Nice push by Spug onto the hill. He is alone right now, but he's going to try to get spawns for his team. He does get 1, but they are getting pushed from both sides to see if they can do anything about it. Omni and Spug trying to push down that hill. They are going to get down. Spawns do come in for Rampage. They're now everywhere in this trench.
They're very quickly capturing this trench right now. Actually taking the positions a little bit more defensively. They're not taking the hillside and just committing to the far left side here. It's interesting. This is a small deviation from what we saw.
Nice kills from Emperor to try to slow the cap down just enough. But yeah, Rampage now has a very nice foothold set up. Very strong positions that they occupy. They're not going to get the cap quite yet, but it is, again, the positions they have are very strong, very easy to work out of. Pongram's going to push down the hill, going to find a couple of kills. Good stuff from him. 4th kill, actually.
They're taking Rampage is taking very, very defensive lines right now in order to take this trench, but I think they still lost a little bit many players, which means they are losing the trench. But it's on a still threat here.
Their entire team is in the side, and the spawns come in, and because a bunch of kills come in, that should be the cap for them. It is.
They lost. The Rampage killed so many players of One Pumps so quickly, 4 of them, and Tomgrom actually, equalizing it a little bit, making the gap going towards them again, a little bit again, but he dies as well. This is already crazy, as we see One Pump actually pushing forward towards the far right-hand side in an effort to get him out.
That was really interesting, because One Pump had almost the entire trench, but because the spawns came in for Rampage, and all their players were in, and they had gotten a bunch of kills on the One Pump, they were able to get the cap, but I do think the recap's going to come in. And Spug is actually... I don't think they noticed Spug on this other end. He's alone. He's gonna wait for spawns, I think.
They're completely focused on the far right here.
I don't think that One Pump's aware. Again, another play by Spug. Oh, there is a player pushing. Maybe he has the recon? He pushed out to kill him, but didn't matter because Spug got the kill and he gets the spawns. Look at this. All of Rampage, pretty much all of Rampage is pushing this finger side.
But they definitely got noticed, so this is going to be very hard in order for Rampage to get into this finger side. As this is one of the most visible parts to get into the trench, especially when you jump over the sandbags here.
Yeah, that was definitely the unfortunate thing. I think Spug was hoping not to get noticed, but someone pushed out did notice him, he got the spawns, but perhaps the information was the more important thing than the kill itself, at least. Knowing that that push was coming and knowing that all of Rampage was there.
I do feel like they are firmly, they are controlling the right-hand side now, especially because of the 2 kills that LT just made. And they're slowly capping this trench. They need to kill 1 squad, and then they were going to capture this, and LT is at the perfect position to do it. 1 kill goes
nice
towards
push
him.
onto the hill, but a good trade by Mondo Leader to shut that down. I think one pump maybe they were stacked rather heavily on the right side, even though they should have seen that the whole push from Rampage was on the left side. Maybe communication issues for one pump. Kind of a very strange situation right now for them.
And it looks for Rampage, it looks so coordinated because 2 people were going for the hill and 2 people are in the mid side right now, focusing on the right side. As the 2 guys on the hill die, they hold their advance. I feel like their Rampage coordination is supreme. It's really nice to see this. Having said that though, 4 kills go in favor of one pump right now, and that means they are slowly recapping this trench.
Yeah, and it is kind of interesting right now. Funny to see how Rampage is basically isolated to the hill, and look, their whole team pretty much spawns up there. So Rampage on the hill, one pump everywhere else.
Tom Grom killing everyone again, like we like to see him.
The player pushing down. Notice him, he did it. Tom Grum gets a cheeky stab kill there.
He's waiting for another one. Spawning someone, I guess.
Does look like I think they cleared them out. They didn't clear them out. They cleared them out from the hill position, but I think someone might have rotated down to the finger for Rampage.
Everyone is
coming down there.
Everyone is focusing on the finger side right now. Tom Grom has called it out, and you should expect all the teammates going to the far left again. But this is like a ping-pong match, left, right, and
now we see Emperor and Tom Grom kind of starting to come alive a little more. They didn't have the best first half, but
this is almost a complete
confidence.
This was almost a complete wipe for Rampage right there, because of the skill of Emperor and Tom Grom there.
It is. Yeah. Rampage has a nice foothold, but as you said, and you keep acknowledging, this is a difficult position to work out of. It is very easy to get shot from the hill. So it's going to be a difficult push out of this position for Rampage. You can see the kills continue to favor one pump. Again, just isolated down to a couple of players. Just Entropy and Bob right now. Entropy did take it down, so it's just Bob in the trench right now for Rampage. I think he should get spawns, unless he gets killed. He's actually going to push. I don't know why he's pushing.
Everyone is spawning from Rampage right now.
Yeah, he did get the spawns, and now he commences his push. I was a little worried that he pushed too early, but spawns did come in, fortunately.
This again emphasizes how good they are communicating, because I feel like the spawn and that push came like together at the same time. Very well done, very well played. And now Ulti kills a few guys together with Pierrot here, and this might be the beginning of the retake of the successful defend. No, the take of the.
I think Ulti's going to look to push towards the hill as all the players from Rampage now commence their attack. Trade stabs there coming in for Tom and Sinig. Again, I kind of see the same issue. Our Rampage leaders on the hill. I don't think one pump's aware. Oh, he's going to face one player. Can't get the kill. Gets shot once. Does get taken down, but he got one before going down at least. But the cap is still coming in for Rampage. But again, unfortunately, they're still kind of isolated. They haven't really been able to gain much map control. They're still kind of stuck in this spot, but at least they have pretty much their whole team here, so. But again, importantly, for Rampage, even if they can't win, every second that burns on the clock right now is good for them. They're up one trench. They don't care. If they can just run the clock down.
They're stalling right now, but I feel like they're going to capture this trench because of the last few
should
trades.
Come in. It's going to be extremely close. Does come in.
They only had 17 seconds left in this headsack after
that's a huge cap for Rampage. as again, that cap ensures at least 3 more minutes, or, well, it's another 3 minutes off the clock effectively, even if one pump recaps instantly.
And they actually reset one complete squad, so this is going to be far more easy for Rampage to defend it. If they can get everyone out of this trench, I feel like...
Rampage should start to spread out now, take some actual map control, because really, there's not much presence from one pump at all in this trench, and Rampage is going to start spreading out, but they are kind of a little cautious right now. I don't think they're fully aware of just how few one pump players are actually here.
Purell actually getting a few nice kills in this forward advance. And if they can get one more, I think they're wiped. No, there's one more still that they need to clear, and then they are all completely reset. So it's very important. Okay, I believe it's Emperor still got the squad in here.
Emperor did get the spawns, so Rampage or one pump not wiped out of this trench yet, but you can see Bob and several other players on Rampage are encroaching onto his position here.
And Ulti is just wreaking havoc on the right side because of the reset of the other squad. So if they can actually... They got reset again. They got it cleared. I feel like this is going to be very troublesome for one pump to get back because both squads have been fully reset. And this is virtually impossible to retake this trench when you're fully reset with 2 squads. As you can see, all the Rampage kills going for them right now. Hopes were for Mendo to get into the mid side, but this is so ridiculously hard to recapture this trench right now.
And Rampage has a very nice defense setup here.
Actually, heavily focusing on the hillside. 4 people on hill, 4 people on the right side. The right side is completely empty, and I hope that the Germans see this and they are able to well, get some traction back into this match, but now it's looking very grim for them. Tom Grump actually attacking on the hillside. Very important kill right here. He needs to kill a few more guys near the overhang, but he gets killed from all the way.
He takes one down, but gets traded immediately. Nice trade there by Hero.
Very nice to see that. Bob is actually all the way in the back. This is an off angle. I've never seen anyone utilize this, but it's very efficient. I'm going to use that as well. Ulti is just killing everyone. 33 to 11 right now.
He is able to get into the other end, but still very strong positions for Rampage.
Ulti gets taken down. That means they are in at Fallen Tree right now.
Nice kill from Mando on the hill. He's going to try to take it. Oh, he misses his shot. Can he get it? Who will win? Will be Entropy.
Okay, there's a fight going on in the middle section. And if they lose that middle part, it's all over. Is it? Where are they in? Are they far in the far left? The whole squad is on the far left.
Yeah, one pump's kind of stuck in this far left position here. They don't really have players anywhere else. But they do gain entry into the far right as well. So just like that, they're on foothold. But the kills, a bunch of kills coming. Nice kills by sitting in Pierrot to stop that push on the other side. And there's only 2 players in the trench right now for one pump.
And they're still pushing. Tom Grump was pushing. That's not. He needed to spawn all of his mates right there.
Tom Grump playing very aggressively. Maybe not the right circumstances to do that in. Fortunately for him, spawns did come in, so this attack continues on.
Sheena misses a guy on the hillside. Oh no, that's his friend. Never mind. Sorry. Okay, so Central Powers, now the dust is settling down a little bit. Central Powers retook the hillside, which is very impressive. I thought I was already giving it up a little bit. But they retook the hillside, and they're still in the right side.
The one pump might be able to stabilize a little more here. The cap's coming in very fast for one pump, but a bunch of kills coming in for Rampage to slow it down. Nice push by Bob. He does finally get taken down, but the damage is done for one pump. And I think they're down to 1 player in the trench right now. They are. It's just Emperor. He might get pushed here.
Emperor needs to stay alive. If he dies, this round is over. But he's able to spawn in his 3 mates. And he needs to stabilize from the hill position right now.
It's a spawn, but I mean, Entropy gets the kills. And again, they're being pushed. Really, this might be the game here.
One last kill, there they go. Ulti and Spook and everyone. Entropy with the final assault. Very well played by Rampage here. And securing the 2-0 victory over one pump. Very, very dead even. But, well,